Hey guys, Harsh here, back in the video. So today I'm going to review and test the TEC1 12706 Peltier module. So this is a thermoelectric Peltier model and it can be used to transfer heat from one end to the other, and this has a lot of multiple uses. You can use it to make a cooler or a fridge or a water chiller. So it has pretty wide range of functions, and this particular module accepts a 12 volt power supply, so at 6 amps as told by the seller, but I have checked it and I will show you how this power draw actually works. So I have my Cooler Master heatsink over here, so I will be testing it on this particular heatsink. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all we need to talk about the power delivery method for this Peltier model. So I'm using a 12 volt 10 amps power supply, and this is very overkill for this thing, but still this is the only power supply I have got that can deliver 4 amps. So this is a pretty basic power supply. You get the 2 voltage outputs and then 2 voltage negative wires, and these are obviously 12 volt supply, and this can also be adjusted by this potentiometer which is right over here. So you can adjust the voltage up to 14 point something volts. I will need to check that again. And up here is the input wire. This is the line, the neutral and the ground, and a lid to protect your fingers from getting shocked. So pretty basic, nothing too special about it. Now let's check the heatsink that we are going to use. So this is the Cooler Master H410R. I have recently reviewed this on my channel, so if you want to check that video out, you can do that. Pretty good heatsink. This works better than the stock heatsink on the AMD processors. And this is the fan that came with it. So this is the simple PWM fan with a 4-pin connector, as you can see. Now a lot of people are worried about that if it is a 4-pin connector then it is hard to use, but it's simply not. So as you can see that there is a little dashed wire or a white lined wire on the farmost end. So this is actually the negative wire, and then the wire right next to it is the positive wire, which is of course the 12 volts. So you will only need to power up these two pins, and you can just leave the other two as is. You don't need to do anything about that, but watch out, because if you accidentally insert the pin in these two pins, then your PWM function of this fan will be completely damaged. So make sure that you insert the pin in these two pins, the pins that are on the right. So the white dashed wire is the negative wire, and the wire right next to it is the positive wire. And if you want to check the voltage, as you can see that the fan has clearly labeled them. So this is a DC 12 volt 0.4 amps fan. Now if you want to use a simple fan with the 2-pin connector, you can also do that. So this is a simple 2-pin fan connector. It is also 12 volt but of 0.16 amps, so this will be much less power than the original Cooler Master one. So you can place both of them just like so, on this end and on this end, and then they will both push the air from this end and blow it out there. So this will be a pretty nice feature to have. Now to monitor temperature, I will be using this 12 volt simple temperature meter. So this has two wires, the one with the probe that will actually sense the temperature. So you will need to place it on the Peltier or on the heatsink to measure the hot and cold side temperature. But I will be using two of them, so one for hot side and one for cold side, so nothing to worry about that. And then it has a simple 12 volt input from these two wires. And this is the back side, nothing too crazy about it, just a simple PCB with the microcontroller and the LCD, the numerical display. Okay, so now let's install the Peltier on the heatsink. Okay, so this is the heatsink itself, and as you can see that it has 4 direct contact heat pipes for maximum thermal transfer. So this is a pretty nice feature to have. Now on the Peltier, as you can see that there is a written over here. So this is the model number of this particular Peltier. Now this is the indication of the hot side and the cold side. So if this is written on this side, that means this is the cold side, and at the back, which will mean automatically the hot side. So this side will go on to the cooler, and the cold side will go wherever you want. So we are going to just place it on the heatsink just like this. Okay, so now there are a couple of options to mount the Peltier onto the heatsink. So first of all is the just basic one using a thermal compound just like this one. So this one I actually bought, but I also have the one that came with the cooler, so let me just show you that. So this is the compound that came with cooler heatsink itself. So this is a pretty small one, just used for 2 or 3 applications, but I mean it's not their fault, because most of the consumers only use it for one time. So I am going to use this one because it has more in it, and this is meant for 10 to 15 applications. Then, and the other method is to use some thermal adhesive tape. So this is a double-sided thermal adhesive tape, and this is pretty thin, as you can see. Let me just peel it out and show you. So as you can see that this is almost as thin as a simple sellotape, but still thicker than that. So I'm going to show you the advantage and disadvantage of both of them. So while using a thermal compound just like this, you can paste it on the cooler, but it will move around quite frequently, so you will need to tie it down by using some zip ties just like this one. But you can take it out easily after you are done with your experiment and keep it in a safe place. Now with the thermal tape, you can mount the Peltier onto the heatsink with absolutely humongous strength, but you will not be able to get it out easily. So it depends on what your needs. If you want to place it permanently, then you can use the tape, or if you want to place it temporarily, then you can use the thermal compound. But if you want to remove the tape, you just need a very sharp razor blade just like this one, and just slice it through the portions between the Peltier and the heatsink. Just go through it very gently, and this will take out the heatsink from the Peltier, but you will risk damaging your Peltier. As you can see, I have already done that on several portions. As you can see, it chipped a bit of a corner there, so you have to watch out for that. But for this experiment, I'm not using the thermal tape, I'm using the adhesive. I'm using the thermal compound. So now let's paste it on the heatsink, and let me just show you how it is actually done, because I see a lot of YouTubers doing it very wrong. So you don't want to just absolutely smear it with thermal compound. You just need to apply it in just enough quantity to cover the whole surface area. So you just need to put just only a little bit. So I like to put it in a cross pattern to cover the maximum area, and this syringe is very out of quality by now, but still I'm going to try to even it out. So there is the one, and let me just put down another just like that, and make sure to fill all the gaps. So only this much is acceptable with this heatsink, but I think I have put it more than I should, but whatever. It's not a CPU, it will not burn a hole in my pocket, literally. So now let's take our Peltier module and paste it or put it on the heat spreader and make sure it's perfectly aligned, and then just use your force and press it in place. And put a lot of pressure, because this is made for CPU purposes and you need to put a lot of pressure there. So after applying a fair amount of pressure, you are done. Now you can use a zip tie to hold it in place. Now while I'm installing zip tie, I also want to put the sensors in place. So one will go right beneath the hot side, so this will be our hot side, and this will go right over here, and this will be a cold side sensor, so it will go right on top. So now let's try to put them in one place by using a single zip tie. So I think that's good enough for me. So now let's just connect these connectors to the temperature meters. Now let's power everything up. So we have the Peltier, 2 sensors and one giant fan. So now let's just plug the fan in from the side. And now we can power everything up. So let me go through the wiring of the fan again. So the white wire in this case will be the positive wire, so it will connect to pin 2 from the right side, and then the green field will connect to the dashed white line. So as you can see, the rightmost pin here, so white will be a positive and then the green will be a negative. And this is our power supply, so we'll hook everything up. So the 2 positive terminals, then the 2 negative terminals. So I will connect the Peltier on a separate module right over here, because the Peltier will require a huge amount of power, and the negative wire will go here. Now everything else will be connected to these 2 terminals. So I'm going to take the white wire of the fan, which is the positive wire, and join it with the temperature sensors. And this is a pretty hectic setup, but I will clean it up to give you the best results. Okay, so I'm back with a couple of modifications, because that was looking very unprofessional. So I've cut it out this board and placed both of the temperature meters on that, so you can easily see the temperature. Now let's power it on and see what happens. So right away it starts showing the temperature, and it was at ideal at 31 degrees, as you can see. So you can see that this temperature is going down. That means that this is our top module, which is all right over, and I can feel the cold side getting cold. So the top is getting cold and moist. So as you can see that we are already at 19 and 18 and still dropping, and this temperature is rising because this is the heat side. And now let's wait for a while and see how much time does it take to go to zero. Okay, so I had to place some water on the top. So as you can see, we are well over at 3 minutes now, and as you can see that the temperature has already gone to below zero. So as you can see that we are at minus 2.4 and it's still going down. So I think I will wait for 15 more minutes and see what the temperature looks like. So now let's speed run it. And the hot side is also getting at 40 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot, and I can feel the heat coming out of the heat sink over here, and the fan is working very silently and very fine. So that's a good sign. Okay, so I think this is as far as we can go. I mean, I touched 8 degrees, but still it is idling at around 7 or 6 degrees below zero. So this is pretty disappointing. I mean, I have seen other videos, but they do not give this much disappointing result. I mean, this is by far the most actual representation that we can get out of this. So let me just quickly check the voltage and the amps of this Peltier. So here is my voltmeter. Now let's check the voltage first. So it is currently 14.43 or 44, whatever you like to say. So still pretty high voltage, but it is rated for 12, but still getting a very low result. Now let's just switch to amps and change my connection over a little bit and check the amps. So it is currently drawing 3.9 amps, which is pretty lower than the expected. So the seller actually said that it can draw up to 6 amps, but it is drawing only half of it, or I should say around 60-70%. So this is like the actual amps of how much it can draw from a power supply, and this is a 10 amp power supply, so there is no bottlenecking or anything like that, but still it is very disappointing to see. But still, as you can see on the surface, we will manage to get some ice on the top, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, and this ice is due to the condensation of the Peltier module. So the ice, and I have to add some drops of water for the thermometer to get very accurate temperatures, and still we were managing at around 5 degrees, and the hot side is currently at 38 degrees. So that's pretty huge difference, but still this is less than the seller told us. Alright guys, so this was it about this video, and I'm pretty disappointed in this, but whatever, I made a video on that, but this is the original video. So thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.